Hello, good morning children. Now, today let us discuss about the Iron Age civilization. That is lesson 11 from history, class 6. Okay. Now, today let us discuss about the Iron Age civilization. Last class, you learned about which age? Can you guess? Can you recall? Can you tell me? We learned about development of civilization in lesson 2. Okay. A lot of progress took place in the field of art, science, social, political, as well as economic institutions. Main important point was Indus Valley civilization or Harappan culture. City planning was very important. Okay, city was divided into citadel. The upper part. The lower part was lower town. Now, their main occupation was agriculture, weaving, pottery, etc. Religion, what was? They worshipped nature, animals, trees, okay, all these. Even they worshipped Shiva, Lord Shiva, or Pashupati, Mother Goddess, etc. You know, people of Indus Valley civilization believed in life after death also. Okay, they buried the dead with the earthen pots, food, remake ornaments, etc. during that period. Script was pictography. The quality of life of the people was better. Life of the people was better during Bronze Age when we compare to the Neolithic period. Very comfortable leisure life they spent. Singing, dancing, etc. made them very happy. Similar to chess, some games also they played. There were so many toys for children. Okay, like that civilization people spend their life. Now, there is a question for you. How was that civilization came to an end? Okay. Actually speaking, no one knows how that great civilization, which I discussed now, that is Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization came to an end. There were many excavations about these proofs that shows that it was destroyed and rebuilt 9 times in the same place. Okay. There may be some earthquake, flood, or some change of course of Indus River might have caused the end for that Harappan civilization. There was high and strong wall around the citadel during that civilization. That shows there were frequent fightings or invasions. Now, today let us discuss about the Iron Age civilization. Let us discuss about the Iron Age civilization. Okay. Bronze civilization had flourished in the eastern part of the world, as the Western world was far less advanced at that time. Actually speaking, around 1200 BC, Iron Age followed the Bronze Age. First Iron Age, then to 1200 BC, the Iron Age started. What was the important discovery, you know? They used iron and made many tools like sickle, shovel, spades, axe, saw, nails, etc. What was the benefit for the people, you know? These all tools helped the people to make a variety of occupations. Okay, can you give one example? Yes, axe shooting. That helped to clear the forest. In that cleared area of forest, people made large scale cultivation. Simultaneously, what happened? Cities, towns developed to a great extent. So what happened? What was the benefit for the people? There were good trade centers and good prosperity for craft. Many civilizations started to develop around the Mediterranean Sea. Where? Near the Mediterranean Sea. Many people migrated, okay, because of the prosperity of this trade. Art improved, craft improved, barter system was replaced by the use of currency. What was barter system? People used to exchange things instead of money. Important point of this period was painted grey ware, grey utensils. Okay, plates, bowls, etc. were very common. Okay, which was made out of painted grey color utensils. Next important or greatest achievement of the Iron Age was in the field of literature. People started to express their ideas through different forms, grammar, drama, historical events, etc. So many great thinkers wrote about the injustice relevant in that society. Okay, there were many wrong practices prevalent in that society. There were many religions. Okay, now let us discuss about Greek, Rome, Iran civilizations. Okay, these all civilizations also developed during this Iron Age civilization period. Okay, that is after or around 1200 BC. What helped them? The metal, iron helped them to flourish. Now, Greek civilization, when we discuss about religions, first point, okay, they worshipped gods and goddesses. Supreme god was Zeus. Main occupation was agriculture, trade, pottery, etc. What was the main invention, you know? They calculated the circumference of the earth, map ideas developed, Olympic games started. Once again, I'll repeat. They calculated the circumference of the earth. They drew the map. Okay. Advantages of map they could utilize. The Olympic game also was started during this Greek civilization. Second one is Roman civilization. They worshipped goddess Vesta, Venus, and gods like Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Juno. Whom they worship? Goddess Vesta, Venus, and gods like Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Juno, etc. What was their main occupation? Main occupation was agriculture, trade, as well as fighting. Means people joined as warriors. Main invention was water system, road. Invention of months means names were given to months. Some law, Roman laws. Okay. What were the main inventions? Concrete, water system, road laying. Names were given to months, Roman law, etc. Now, third one is Iran civilization, that is Iranian civilization. They worshipped God Indra, Vayu, okay, Mitru, fire, Zoroastrianism. They worship gods like Indra, Vayu, Mitru, okay, fire, Zoroastrianism, etc. What was the main occupation? Trade, shipbuilding, silk weaving, pottery, metalwork, gem cutting, etc. What was the main occupation of the people? Trade, shipbuilding, silk weaving, pottery, metalwork, gem cutting, etc. The last one of Iran civilization is their main inventions. Their main inventions were Aramaic script, okay, decoration of palaces with gold, silver, precious stones, ebony, ivory, etc. Okay, Aromatic script they learned. Decoration of palaces, beautifully they decorated palaces with gold, silver, precious stones, ivory, okay, elephant tusk, etc. Now, Vedic civilization. Let us discuss about, okay, the Vedic civilization. The word Veda or Rig means knowledge. Vedic period is divided into early Vedic period and later Vedic period. The Vedic period is divided into early Vedic period, first one, and the second one is later Vedic period. You know, in the early Vedic period, the Rig Veda provides information about that period to the people. If we want to know more about the Vedic period, we have to refer Rig Veda to get more and more information about that period. What you will refer to get more information about Vedic period? Rig Veda, you have to search and try to get information. There were 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, Atharva Veda. How many Vedas were there? 4. What were they? Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Okay. Now, let us discuss about Rig Veda. Rig Veda is the oldest Veda that was composed 3,500 years ago. Okay, there were many thousand hymns that is known as suktas. That means well said. Sukta, the word meaning is well said. Suktas were there. Okay. They were composed by Aryans. Okay. And their opponents as dasas or dasyus. Okay, now once again I will repeat what we have to remember about Vedic civilization. Veda or Rig means what? Knowledge. Okay. The whole mankind what knowledge should gain, that was written in Rig Vedas. Okay. Next point. There were 4 main Vedas: Rig Veda, Sama Veda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Now, let us discuss about Vedic period division. Vedic period can be divided into 2. That is, first one, early Vedic period. Okay, where Rig Veda was enough to provide information about this particular period. The second one is later Vedic period. Okay, the second one is later Vedic period. In later Vedic period, we get information. Okay, from where Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, etc. Okay, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads, etc. will provide information about the later Vedic period. That is also known as epic age. EPIC, epic age, epic age. Okay, that is also known as epic age. Now let us know more concrete about this Rig Veda. Rig Veda is the oldest Veda, that was composed about 3500 years ago. Many suktas were there. Okay, that gives more information about Rig Veda. Now, what was the political system? I know you will get a doubt. Why ma'am is discussing about the political system always? Can you guess why? Because political condition of the particular period gives information about how people were governed, okay, how the ruling was, what was the style of their living, who was the head of that particular kingdom, okay, how governing took place, etc. So it is very, very important to know about the political condition of any period. That's what we discuss always about these periods. Like a political condition, economic condition, social condition, main occupation of the people, religion, what were the main achievements, etc. Now let us come to political condition of this period. Okay, Iron Age civilization. That is from around 1200 BC. In Rig Veda, Rajas who were different from later Vedic kings. In Vedic period, there was uh, different in rule, different of pattern or style in ruling. In Vedic period, there were no capitals, there were no cities, no palaces or armies, or they collected the Veda revenues. Okay, there were no system, there were no need to collect tax or revenue. Why? Because they were sufficient economically, sufficient enough to manage without collecting from people. So capitals were not there, cities were not there, palaces or armies were not there. People lived very happily without fightings. And king was there to take care. There should be a head person to take care of the people's needs and aspirations. So kingship was there. But it was not on hereditary basis, because father to son, again to his next generation, like that it did not move. But when we compare with later Vedic period, there were many small and big kingdoms. Okay, once again I'll repeat. Vedic period, first period, okay, there were no kings, kings were there, but there were no capitals, cities, palaces, armies, or revenue collection system, etc. But in the later Vedic period, that is the second division of the Vedic civilization, you can see big and small kingdoms. Okay. The kingship was all hereditary. The kingship was hereditary. Hereditary means what? Father to son, that son to his next generation, like that it was passed away. king of a small kingdom, okay, king of a small kingdom was called a Raja. Okay. If the kingdom was very large, can you guess what was the king called? Yes, king was called as Samrat or Maharaja. The large kingdom's king was called Samrat or Maharaja. How they governed, you know? King was having so many assistants to help. Okay, one priest was there, that is called Purohit. Minister or Mantri was there. Okay, commander of army, that is Senani. Okay, there was one headman of the village, Gramini. Okay, so all these people assisted the king to govern that kingdom. Who were all helped? Purohit means priest helped. Mantri, that means minister helped. Senani means commander of army helped. As well as Gramini, headman of the village. He too also helped. The king alone never took decision. You know, the king consulted Sabha and the Samiti, okay, for all important matters to discuss and to finalize the decision. The king consulted to Sabha, means group of people, and another set of people, Samiti, on all important matters. He never took his own decisions. Sabha was a small body of a selected village elders. But Samiti was for large assembly that was responsible for policy making. Okay. What was Sabha? Sabha was a small body of selected village elders. Village elders, they sat and took decisions on certain particular subjects or decisions or needed topics. But Samiti was very large assembly. That Samiti was responsible for that kingdom's policy making. Okay, what way people's needs can be fulfilled, what were the problems, how agriculture they can improve. Okay, like that. Then let us discuss about power of the king in later Vedic period. Okay, power of the king increased in the later Vedic period. You know, they performed Rajasuya Yajna. Okay, you can see in that king sitting and all his bodies, Samiti, Sabha, all taking decisions. Okay, Raja will make big great pujas for the benefit of the people as well as his kingdoms. That is called Rajasuya Yajna. You might have observed in different serials like Ramayana, Mahabharata, etc. Okay, in this lockdown period, you had more time to spend to watch such epic serials. Okay, that gives more information about Iron Age civilization, Vedic civilization, etc. Okay, you can download from YouTube and watch also. Okay, now next, what they did, you know, they performed Ashwamedha Yajna also. That means horse sacrifice. A king used to lead a horse with some of his senas, and the horse was supposed to move. The sena will take under that small kingdom by this great emperor who supposed to do, or who was the person or king performing this Ashwamedha Yajna. So, what happened? As the small kingdoms, this horse passes. If that small kingdom's king is able to fight and win, that will not come under this great emperor. If he is not able to win in the battle or this war, what happens? That small kingdom or strong kingdom may go to this emperor who started this or who performed this Ashwamedha Yajna. Rajasuya sacrifice was performed by the king to get supreme power. Okay, Rajasuya Yajna was done to get supreme power from God. But Ashwamedha Yajna was declaring his power over a vast territory. Ashwamedha Yajna was done to extend the area of his kingdom or territory. Okay, so the increased power of the kings resulted in the decrease of power of Sabha and Samiti. So Sabha and Samiti reduced power if Ashwamedha Yajna, through that if the king could achieve more territory. Okay, that was the political condition of this Vedic civilization. Okay, now let us discuss about their Iron Age civilization's tools. You know how they made tools. Different tools were made like sickle, okay, spade, axe, saw, nails. Why did they make all these? Can you tell me? Yes, there were many occupations. All these occupations were directly or indirectly in need of all these tools. Okay, so invention of iron helped the people to make large scale cultivation by using these tools. What happened? What was the benefit for the people? When different civilizations developed, many occupations were there. So people had good livelihood. As a result of that, many cities and towns developed where people were able to get livelihood or employment. People moved and lived to shifted to such areas or migrated to that areas. That way, accumulation of more people in a particular place gave the chance for development of cities and towns. These cities and towns, became the center of trade and craft. These developed cities and towns were the center of trade and craft. Many civilizations started to develop around the Mediterranean Sea. Okay. Because of this trade, developed trade in different parts of the world, so many people migrated to these towns and cities in search of their livelihood. As part of that, people's life changed. There were exchange of ideas, culture, etc. through this migration. Okay, lifestyle, food style, dress style, painting, art, all these field walks of life, there were so many changes. Okay, it really helped the development of art, craft, etc. There were no currency with the people as the trade developed. There were no currency or money with the people to give. Okay, now when we do shopping, what we do? You need vegetables, you take money and go, or you use the card. Okay, debit card, credit card, etc. Use. These all were not existing that time. So what people used to do? People used to exchange things. Suppose if I have rice, somebody is having wheat, I will give rice to that next person who was in need of wheat. I will take wheat, I need wheat, I have only rice. So that way, suppose I have so much of grains, another person is having cow, buffalo, etc. I give grains and I will take cow or buffalo. Like that, there were not used or there were no usage of money, yeah, to worth a certain thing. Only things were in exchange. That was earlier system, barter system, BARTR, barter system it is called. So slowly when trade improved, they started to use currency. Okay, different coins they started to use. Another important achievement was in the Iron Age, that was utensils, painted grave utensils they used. Okay, ceramic utensils they used. Okay, plates, bowls, etc. were made out of this painted grave ware. Now you can see in the market, you go to different malls, etc. You can see variety of utensils, steel, silver, okay, ceramic, okay, different companies are there, La Opala, Nolta, like that. This much choice were not having that time, okay. They were having painted grey ware. Very rich people used it, okay. So let us conclude today's class by putting some questions to you, okay. You take the note-taking book and note down these questions. What was the greatest achievement of the Iron Age? Okay, you need answer or not? The greatest achievement of the Iron Age was in the field of literature. Why? Because people started to, poets started to write poems, dramatists wrote dramas, uh, literary persons wrote about grammar, historians wrote about history, etc. You know, writing was not only used to keep the records of many details, okay, it became the medium of self-expressions, communication ideas, communication of ideas, okay. There were many thinkers, they wrote about injustices were existent in the society. So, when this was brought into the notice of the people, crime, injustice reduced. Okay, many religions developed. Okay, people got justice. People were able to live peacefully. Now, second question is about which were the other civilizations I discussed in this lesson. Okay, you need answer or not? Yes. Let me give some clue starting with G. Greece civilization. Starting with R. What is it? Rome civilization. Starting with I. Iran civilization. So I discussed about these three civilizations. For these three civilizations, three subtopics were discussed: religion, occupation, inventions. So what you have to do, make note of religion of Greek civilization, Roman civilization, Iran civilization. Then go to these three civilizations occupations. Okay. Here again and again, that means repeatedly, and make a note of it. Then third column, it should be inventions. Okay. Invention of Greek civilization. Main inventions of Roman civilization. Main inventions of Iranian civilization. Next question is, what was the difference between early Vedic period as well as later Vedic period? Two points you note down in the note-taking book. Okay. Now, after doing this work, what you have to do? Go to the lesson, read the lesson 3 to 5 times. Okay. It takes, okay, page number 94 to page number 96, half only I could cover in this session. Okay, till completing that political condition. What you have to do? Important words, new words, okay, where you feel tough to write the spellings, you write 3 times in the homework book. Okay, you take your book because there are so many new words. Okay, so after reading lesson, what you have to do? You note down the spellings, thorough the spellings. Okay, this will help you to score good marks as well as to be thorough with the spellings. Okay, now, so let me conclude this lesson, recorded session, first part. Okay, the lessons 11. The lesson's name is the Iron Age Civilization, lesson number 11. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Take care of your health. Okay, maintain time for reading every day 1 hour. Evening 6 to 7 you keep. If you are busy with any other coaching, tuition class, etc., you make your own time, set that time. You make it mandatory to read every day social science. Okay, this is the subject you can score well if you prepare well. Okay, throughout the life you have benefit by learning these things. Many questions are there from this history, geography, civics part, which will help you to get good scorings in many competitive exams. Thank you, my dear children. Okay, bye bye.